our 1-year-old puppy.
And welcome to episode 3 of Rebirth of Souls, as we talk about dogs before we start.
Because dogs.
Because dogs.
Because we love them.
Welcome to episode 3 of Rebirth of Souls. We are getting back to the game. There has been some things happen and some things that haven't happened. We are getting back. Was anybody like to do a recap? Okay, so Slade doesn't have to, so
No.
Looks like you, Busy.
I touched my nose.
I'm so proud of you.
Doesn't have to be in character. If you want, I can do it. That's not a big deal.
I'd rather you do it. My brain's a little mushy from work still.
Okay, no problem, guys. This last week, this last episode, we did a little bit more character building. We had our 5 people actually have their entire party here now. As you know, Randai, Rome, Tamarin, and Zazik were all part of the original story, doing their thing, got out, started talking, learning what's actually happening in the world. And then Aiden came in and was able to be we found out was the big sisters, I put quotes around that, of the party, and started bringing back everybody's memory of her. Yep.
You have 2 of the names wrong.
Oh, do I
was
have?
just saying that. You have us switched.
Oh, let me switch y'all. Oh, hold on.
That's okay. Sorry.
I just happened to glance over, and the way you were talking, I'm like, hold on, but I'm Aiden.
It's probably because it was all the setup. Yeah, give me a second.
If you were on time, then we would have been fine, Brian.
Now you're both me and you, so I mean, okay.
Let me switch names
Does that
out.
mean I have the brain cell? That's terrifying.
Yeah, I'll give you the brain cell. Please take it.
No, I don't want it. This is my day off today. I don't want it.
But, there we go. There's Aiden's. Wrong thing. Aiden. Sorry.
There it is.
Oh, hey.
Now everybody in the right spot. Tamarin.
I am me and she is she.
Found out that, found everybody and got everybody back in and refreshed everybody's memory, and everybody remembers who she is and a little bit more of the story of who everybody is and what's happening. And so we've got a lot of people know some backstory that Tamarin was part of the group. She had to leave. We don't know why. We don't know what happened during that time frame. And while she was trying to bring back and get everybody together, a ancient gold worm landed, scared the shit out of most of everybody. And before we ended, she said, "You killed my mate." And that's where we left off. So does anybody have any questions before we get started and this dragon eats you and we do a full party wipe?
There was one thing you missed in the recap, and that Randaya can fly, and we don't want to forget about that because he can fucking fly now. I can fly!
But not anymore, remember, because it's for 10 minutes, so it wore off.
Yeah.
Oh no, I have since soiled myself because of the dragon, because I got a 0 on my check. So
yeah, I was right there with you. I think I got like a 2.
The dragon said you. Who was he looking at?
Randaya.
It would be me.
Yeah, Randaya, the dragon, when the dragon lands, it looks directly at Randaya and like breathing out a little bit of tendril smoke out of the nostrils, and says this directly at Randaya. So is everybody ready to start?
So I think there's some confusion. It really wasn't me. It was somebody else that wasn't this. But oh Jesus!
It wasn't me. It was Patricia.
Duly appointed public defender. You have another witness because this is all alleged.
Oh no.
If the glove doesn't
Please
fit,
don't eat me.
You see the the forked tongue come out and kind of whip around you, and you can see and you can feel the hot breath of pretty much dragon breath coming out and lacing over, and you can see these eyes that are starting looking over the entire party. Everybody make a perception roll for me, please.
Me too.
Yeah, everybody.
I'm sorry, you
Everybody.
said perception.
Ooh.
Yes.
ew, that was
Apparently, I'm laser focused now in fear. With 24.
I got a 12.
You said perception?
Perception roll, please.
Okay. Should I just roll it like this?
Clicky
Oh,
the
that's
button.
If you go to the
You
bar
can
that
do it.
says skills.
Oh, sorry, I played a different game this weekend and we were using a different format. I was like, oh, I can usually click on perception and it rolls, and now I can't. I have to roll a die and then.
You click on the number on these sheets.
Yay!
There we go.
Huzzah.
Shazam!
Pretty much everybody sees this. Red Eye, something feels a little off because the dragon's head is looking around, looks right over at Tamarin and gives this like wink, and then all of a sudden her jaw of this dragon opens up and just like goes right at you and snaps really shut close, and it's like you can kind of see this little smirk kind of come up on the dragon's mouth.
I shit myself again.
Yeah, he pulled it out. He didn't do any of that.
Oh, there was something left after all. Yeah.
They're like,
But she kind of, the dragon just, it's like there was a tease to snap right in front of you. And then you can see this little smirk come up from the dragon's, left side of the mouth. And then just, as you kind of like pause in fear and just kind of like try to hold your bodily functions in, you can see this little, you see this, start hearing a little giggle from the dragon's mouth.
are you quite done? Not sure if I'm talking to you or if I'm talking to Rendaya right now, but I'm quite done.
You never really have any
You're
fun.
not wearing your brown pants, son. It's not a good look for you.
I hate you.
Roll probably mid pulling the Homer Simpson, like backing into the bushes, like just like
20 minutes ago, you didn't know who I am. I don't think you're allowed to hate me right now.
I may not have been I'm talking to all of you.
Oh, okay. You need some freshening up.
You sit there and you kind of like back up a little bit, and all of a sudden you hear this big old roaring laughter coming from this dragon, and looks over at Tamarin and is like, "You never let me have any fun."
Call that. That's I'd let you go.
He's like, Rendaya, I apologize.
Thank you.
Are you okay?
Accepted.
Did you soil
Looks around.
yourself?
No.
Brown pants. I'm sure you can tell.
Yeah, no. No.
See, like, uses this one little claw and kind of touches you, and you're like, I apologize for scaring you, and like cleans you up really quickly.
I still gotta learn that spell.
We'll get there.
He's like, excuse me, formalities, because I know he'll make me do it. And if I don't, I'll get in trouble, and you'll tell on me, Tamarin. My name is Frizzer. Yes, Rendaya, you did kill my mate.
But it wasn't actually me. It was
I know.
Okay.
I know the story. I know what's going on. You are forgiven, but I had to get one little tease in. And she holds up like this big claw, and it's like, she tries to put her claws together, like tiny, and it's like this big as your body type thing. Just one little tease in. You are forgiven, for I know that it wasn't you.
Great joke.
Sazik's gonna like hold up their claw a little bit and say, "So you know what's going on? Can you tell us what's going on? Because we don't."
Cameron, have you not told them everything yet?
A flurry of a fight and just trying to squash some little fuckers. So no,
Oh,
getting there.
you better tell quickly because I have news.
yeah, I don't like news.
She looks around at all the other light bearer people that were around that were helping out in the fight, and they're like kind of like shitting their pants still too. Sarah is kind of like sat down on a stump and was kind of chilling out. But for the most part, they are pretty standoffish also. So,
Alright.
are you going to tell them, or do I need to tell them? Because I've got news that we got to talk about.
With the news?
You want the news first?
Yeah, I usually start with the bad and end with the
Oh, okay.
worst.
So, she's broken through the Gray Peak Mountains and has spilled into the Fallen Lands and have broken the Wedrosers of Thebes border right now. So if you do have your map up, you will be able to see it is just north of you. Pretty much right around Spellguard and the Fallen Lands and the Gray Peak Mountains. There is a pass right where it says the Fallen Lands, and they have that is the spot that she has mentioned. The Red Wizards have fallen in that area, and as of right now, they're making their way through.
How long ago?
It has been a few days. They will be working through the Empire of Shadow because they got pushed back. The wall has not held. But
And it
other
took
than
you this
that,
long to come get me?
do what?
It took you this long to come get me.
Oh, well, I was busy with other things, Fighting in the south,
Mm-hmm.
fighting in the north.
If you say fighting one more time, we're gonna start fighting.
All right, teasing people when I shouldn't be teasing people.
That's right.
I mean, that was
At
a
least
good
you're
laugh.
learning the difference.
I mean, I have been trying to get the council together, but there's not many of us, and your light bearers aren't doing much either. And then all of a sudden, you see a couple people go, "Your light bearers?"
Hey, Frizzafrizz. I haven't gotten to that party.
You can kind of see that some of the people in the party have stopped. The light bearers have stopped moving, and are kind of like looking around.
What's going on?
Meet the new boss, same as the old boss.
I'm the queen of the castle.
I
Of
don't
the
want to be
night
the dirty
watch.
rascal.
Too late.
So I guess you need to do some explaining, and I am going to go let some other people know some stuff. Rendiah, she kind of like brings this pouch out from like somewhere on her back an area, and like it's a little pouch. I mean, good enough size for you, not a sack, but just a pouch. And it's like, if you need, and she hands it to you, clawed hand.
Thank you.
And she's like, if you don't explain pretty soon, I'm sure Io will have to make sure you do that.
No, we're gonna avoid that.
And she takes off and flies.
Okay.
I look into the pouch.
What was that?
You see a whistle inside of there.
Well, so here's the thing. I kind of got you guys freed from that curse that we were all under because I was freed from it 6 months ago. And we kind of have a lot of shit to unfuck.
Curse?
6 months ago?
Yeah. So, curse, because as you know, we're not dragonkin.
What? It's not that bad.
Come on, Rendaya. You know
For
this.
you.
For you.
Fly, dude!
Yes, but I'm green.
It's not my problem.
Kids, please. Well, like, it's because we're kind of turned 10 years ago into the Beast Dragonborns.
Well, I mean, clearly we could see that with Sarah being as old as she is now.
Yeah.
You still look good, Sarah. You still look good, not old.
How do we get rid of this?
Yes.
Or not.
You know, we have bigger fish to fry right now. Namely Tiamat. She's kind of taking over the world, if you haven't noticed. It's kind of bad. We were kind of her scions. She's kind of noticed that I'm missing.
Yeah, we picked up all that, but this needs to go away so that I can
Yes.
do my thing. I'm happy if you want us to go kill stepmom. Like, that sounds great, but this needs to stop.
I mean,
Yeah, that's kind of a priority.
okay, so we can talk to Ao about that, but I'd rather not bother him because he's kind of got a lot of they've kind of got a lot on their plate right now.
It seems like they've been asleep at the wheel for the last 10 years.
No, Ao, when it takes a lot for Ao to get involved, and you know this. So for Ao to
So
be
Tiamat selling, like, timeshares on the West Coast, like that wasn't enough.
not selling timeshares all over the world right now.
Well, she's
That's
working on expanding her territories.
Yeah, and we gotta stop her.
Gonzo, remind me real quick, where are we right now?
Onyx Tower?
Yeah, you are still the Onyx Tower is kind of where the location that you are at. So you're south of the Fallen Lands, that area, but you're on the edge of her current land.
Onyx Tower.
So yes,
What is that? What is that near on the map? I'm just trying to.
The Grace Peak and the Serpent Hills.
Thank you. Put the map. I'm gonna put the map in chat because I know that some people are kind of looking.
It's in the voice the voice chat.
Yeah, I found in the chat. I'm just trying to find where we.
Yeah.
Let's go put it in our Twitch chat.
I see the chat.
Marsha Chillenbor, north of the Forest of Worms. If you go
Due
to the
west of Waterdeep, almost due west of east rather, due east of Waterdeep.
yeah,
Okay.
and then like the Empire of Shadow, southwest.
okay. Yeah. So we have to stop her.
Okay.
I'm guessing you have a plan for this?
Yeah, for you guys from the curse, and then figure it out from there. But we got the base part done. I can't do it alone, and I needed people that have the skill set to take her down, and that's you guys.
Us.
Yeah, again, a bunch of like low level, like what? Oh, I'm fine to help. I just don't know that we're like squared away to deal with a goddess who's decided to like invade the realms. Like,
We all have mommy issues. Let's be honest.
apparently we're like the D team. Like,
Yeah.
I'm happy. I like, put me in, coach. I'm happy to take my lumps, but this seems a little. I feel like we're fighting. I feel like I'm punching a little out of my weight class here.
And
Yeah.
isn't a like I totally like didn't listen in classes, so but Ao's like the king of the gods and things, right? Why we're supposed to be dealing with them and killing a god? What?
We're the chosen ones and all that happy horse shit.
I was like, Rome is just kind of like at this point, like pacing, like muttering to himself, being like, "Whoever wrote this fairy tale is the worst."
I just wanted to be a background player. I didn't want to be the guy.
I just wanted to set
I
more
was fine
poop
with,
traps.
I was fine with opening up my own little thieves guild in like Sobar or Triel or Etrel, like somewhere kind of small and out of the way. I wasn't exactly ready to like take on Waterdeep or Baldur's Gate, but it seems like someone has killed off all the main characters.
It was us,
We kind
by
of
the
did.
way. It was us that killed off the main players. That's why we're the 18.
Mm,
Was it though?
It was.
I made it very clear to the dragon that it wasn't me.
Yeah.
Okay, our bodies killed off the main players. Our consciousness did not. Ask me
Sarah,
where your consciousness was for the last 10 years, because fuck if I know.
Sarah,
Actually, I was going to ask you where it
That
was.
was the next question, but yeah.
Sarah walks up and is like, "Looks like y'all need some gaps filled." 'Cause-
Yeah, just a couple.
just a couple.
Just a couple.
Okay.
I forgot how insane these are.
Well, here's the thing. Y'all went and were extremely powerful at one point. Like, extremely powerful. And it seems that whatever has happened has diminished your power. So it now is becoming an issue, I can see, because with Rome talking, Rome, you would kill people so quickly and quietly that you could have killed all of these, and she starts pointing at all the goblins and the ogres within a blink of an eye. But
I mean, that sounds awesome, but I don't think I can do that now.
no, I can tell, because previously I've seen you in action in Waterdeep and all of those areas with you blinking around the field and just slaughtering thousands.
Thousands. Wow. I'm an army of one. So again, let's step one, get me out of this alligator costume, and then step two, let's go get stepmom,
I don't know how to get you out of your form. That's it's. I don't know if we have that ability.
I mean, that's okay.
We do.
Well, I'm gonna go over to the gold dragon. Is she still here, like sitting there?
No, she flew away.
Oh, son of
Marissa Frez was just here to cause shit. That's all she's good for.
The gold dragons are vastly powerful. I feel like she could have taken a crack at this.
All she's good for right now is causing shit. Trust me, I've tried.
So let's take a step back. Let's evaluate this. If we can't turn back into our original forms like we would prefer, what are the steps to take so that we can?
Tamarin, you do know that you could possibly go back and check where the orphanage was. You did hear that the rumor that there is some type of magic that could help, but you are not sure. You do know that the people are looking into potions and spells, but what she has on you is very powerful. And since some of the major wizard players have died, they don't know.
Well, we can go on a little road trip to home and see. There might be something there that can help us, since this is where it all started. I can't guarantee, but there might be.
That would be my vote. I don't think the five of us are going to be a match for her dragon ship at this point in time. Like,
Well, I don't know. Did you see this bow? This bow's pretty badass.
cool. I'll tell you what. Why don't we wait here while you go take care of her with your awesome bow and your ability to fly?
And I can fly all over the place. I'm sure he'll be able to figure something out.
See?
It's not
I
going
don't hate you anymore.
But I'm sure you'll figure something out. You can hate me again, it's fine.
I'm sure I will.
Okay.
Okay, so we go home.
But
And-
wait. Sarah says, before you start moving, what is this? Your Lightbringers, Tamarin. As you see a few people start lowering their, their mirrored masks a bit. Spit it out,
Maybe.
child.
I may have started the thing.
How would
Sorry.
you start this thing?
You started the thing?
You've never met your
Nice.
contact, have you? Hi.
No, we kind of keep quiet on this.
Hello. It's me.
She says a code phrase that you know,
Yes. I respond in kind.
and you can hear a couple of gasps come back out from the group.
Mhm.
And they're like, so you led us here. You're the one that told us to be here?
Yes.
So you know what happened. And we've been getting your orders from you?
Yep. Surprise.
You hate her too, don't you?
She kind of like, you can see the mask comes down and you can see people start backing away.
See, I wasn't always evil. I told you 6 months ago, Ao freed me from the curse, and I was able to start preparations to end Tiamat ending the world. And so we're working on it. We're getting there. It's just a process and a half.
It's a process.
And a half.
We'll talk later as they all start to back up and they start melding and disappearing into the woods.
They're gonna yell at me later, aren't they?
You're
More than
now
likely.
left in the woods, smoking woods, by the way, as it is, and a bunch of dead bodies all over the place.
Yeah.
Where do you plan on going and what do you plan on doing? Currently, you have up to 2 paths that are been brought forward. You have the choice of going up to the pass and helping out, going back to the orphanage, or just saying fuck it and go away.
I vote we try the orphanage.
I second that. I got to get out of this body.
Wasn't the orphanage dissipated from magic?
That's what you remember.
Well, obviously, I trust nothing at this point.
That's a very good assumption.
Very good choice.
So,
Clearly, look what we've become.
if there's a chance that my books are still there, I'll take it. They might have answers.
There's a chance of anything. I haven't been back there.
It seems like you've been a little busy.
Starting a revolution's hard, you know?
Yeah.
All
I think
right.
I read about a few in the past.
Yes.
So
Damn the man. Fight the power.
So we plan on going south or going to where the orphanage used to be.
Rindaya, what do you want to do? You haven't said much besides that you want to fly. You can go up ahead.
Well, no, so
He likes his new body.
I mean, this is pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie, but I also, I actually, I just don't know who to trust and what to believe, because supposedly it's been 10 years. Our brains were trapped someplace else, while other people took our bodies, turned us into this, and now we have to go fight the super goddess dragon that everybody says to be afraid of because the king of the gods came down and freed us.
Got it in one.
The
Yeah,
hell?
that sounds like it sums it up pretty good.
Proud of you. If you paid attention.
I don't even know what the hell that means. But fine. We can go back because it'd be cool if I can get a couple things that I forgot too. But yeah. But we should also. I mean, I'm all down. We left home. We went to go do this, to go to the village to be heroes, because we were gonna be adventurers and heroes. We kind of fucked that up. So
We were heroes, just in the wrong person's story.
I don't even know what that
Aiden,
means.
you
But
hear
okay.
you hear a whisper from your right hand side going, "You're not playing tricks. How are you going to get your powers back?"
I might need to make a pit stop because at the moment I don't have my connection to my god.
You can feel a little tinge, but you don't feel like, you're there.
It's
Yeah. I tried tapping into my powers from my deity, and needless to say, he's a little pissed at me.
yeah, I would be too. That's fair. You kind of weren't given the option of ditching your deity, but you ditched your deity for another, so that's fair.
This sounds like a great road story, and I turn on my heel and start walking towards where we need to be.
Pretty much.
That was the wrong way,
You do remember that this is south, and it is past a few of the towns. For the most part, the travel is just fine until you get to a town, and you know that this town, at one point when y'all were remembering, you were welcomed, but in your current state.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna go anywhere near a town. Like,
okay, that's what I'm asking. Are y'all going to skirt towns, or are you going to like?
Yeah. I think we stay on the outskirts. If
Our bodies have done enough damage, we don't need to cause any more.
Like a montage from like all the Lord of the Rings movies where they're just like walking for like 15 minutes. Like that's like they're walking in the mountains, they're walking in the grass, they're walking in the forest, they're walking on the road. Like it's just that.
And that's pretty much what it is. Since you decided you're going to be skirting the town, it is going to take you a little bit longer. When you go past towns that you remember, you definitely are like, we're walking around this, and you can see that there are people that are being used to farm fields. You can see that there are people that are pretty much, I wouldn't say slaves, but you can tell the people are like not wanting to do what they need to do to keep whatever they're doing.
Do we see any signs of like dragon armies or like enforcers? Or
you do see some of that around the towns. You do see that the guards are not human. They're either an ogre or goblin type or a dragonkin type. They are non-basic humanoids.
Well, on the one hand, I would probably stop to kill them all, but on the other hand, I realize if their guards all end up dead, they'll probably end up punishing the town for that. So I will resist the urge.
Okay.
Get your body back first, and then we can talk about it.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, so if you're just going to do that, you do make it down to the Wood of the Sharp Teeth. This is where you believe this is where it was, and travel for a few days, and you come up to the area where this orphanage was. You do recognize some of the area, the trees, the open area, but there is definitely no building here. There's not even steps or stairs where it was, but there is a cleared out area in this woods. You recognize some of the places that y'all played around as kids. You recognize some of the trees. It does flood back that you remember this being the spot.
I'm going to find the spot in the woods nearby where I buried all of my stuff.
You find the spot where you've buried some of your belongings before you left out on your adventure, and they are there.
Okay, so we're definitely in the right spot.
Yeah.
But
and like
absolutely nothing.
It's just like a large open patch of grass.
I mean, over 10 years, you would have thought there would be some rot or debris or something here.
So I'm going to go stand where I believe the library where I spent all that time in was, and I'm going to sit and meditate and see if anything may come to me.
Okay. You sees Zazik go pretty much near the middle of the open area and just sit and start meditating. Anybody else?
I'm kind of kicking rocks on the edge of the where the I guess where the entryway would have been. I'm
Give-
standing there just like kicking a couple pebbles. Like this is not muttering to myself about how this is not what it was supposed to be.
Give me
Grumble,
a
grumble.
perception roll.
Okay. $23.
You're sitting there and you kick a rock, and it actually goes and hits Zazik and bounces off of Zazik and lands down. And you hear when it goes off of Zazik's body, it sounds like it hits metal. Tunk, tunk.
Huh. Well, that's not nothing.
You all hear this now, because this is definitely out in the middle of the forest, hearing like a hollowed metal sound hit the ground.
I'm gonna walk the footprint of the house and look for, like, maybe there was some basement doors or like a storm hatch or something, or
You don't find anything like that. You don't find anything. I mean, like I said, it's just a flat piece of grass, except for that sound that stuck out.
Is it like nearby me to where I could
Yeah,
reach it, or
yeah.
would I have to move?
You'd have to move, but yeah, it's not too far from you. Probably like 8 or 9 feet.
Yeah, I'd go over. I'd check it out.
All right, you get up and you walk over to this area and you find the rock, and you kind of look and kind of dig around a little bit, and you feel something metal underneath the grass. It is not dirt.
I'm gonna like scrape it away, scrape the dirt and the grass off of it, so that I can try to expose it with my hands.
You start to expose a metal door that would, as Rome was looking for, something that would be kind of similar to a cellar door.
I help clear it off.
Okay. Doesn't take very long, but you clear off this, what would almost be like a cellar door. Little double hinged, opened up type door. It is locked, though.
We'll see about that.
I was waiting. Yeah, you kind of give a pull to it, and you're like, nope, it's locked.
And I have this at advantage.
Well, while that is being done, Rendaya is sort of sneaking away a little bit, sort of quietly backing up while everyone's attention's there. And he's going to go up to one of his old favorite trees and climb the tree and keep watch.
Okay. You climb up. Everything, it feels natural. It feels normal.
It feels
be up
small. The tree is small. I mean, like,
It does feel a little different being how big
Someone
you are
trumped
now.
my tree.
Rome, you go and you click and you hear the mechanism or whatever it clicks, but you can tell that this is definitely kind of rusted in a bit. But with a little bit of help, you and Zazik are able to just kind of, forcefully open it. And it, of course, makes this big screeching loud, rusted metal against rusted metal opening up as you pull these two doors wide open. And a very big funk, like death, comes from this area.
I'm gonna check around the opening just to make sure that it's not like trapped or there's a trick or it's an illusion or.
No, you
I'm
don't see
gonna
anything
throw
out
that
ordinary.
rock in there.
You throw a rock down and it goes down into the darkness. You don't see anything out of the ordinary room.
Are there like stairs or is it just like an opening?
It's just stairs going down. You can see a little bit due to the light, but for the most part, it keeps going.
I forget. Do we have dark vision as a Dragonborn?
Yes, we do.
Oh yeah, we do. Okay. I mean, I had it anyways. I'm just trying to think if I still have it.
Yes. Yes.
So Rome looks at them and just kind of shrugs and just like starts down the stairs.
Okay.
I'm following.
Anybody
I'm
else
gonna
going?
yell. I'm
Yeah, I'll head
gonna
down
yell
too.
back.
Oh,
Yeah.
thing one, thing two. Let's get going, shall we? And then I head down the stairs.
I'll just keep watch.
Brenda, are you going to stay out here?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay out and keep watch around, watching the tree line, watching everything else to make sure nothing follows them in or nothing else happens
Okay.
along those lines.
Are you trying to hide?
Yeah, I'm gonna basically get in my tree, the play well, one of the trees where I would sit and I would just hide and hang out. So yeah, that's gonna be my goal there.
Okay, give me a stealth roll, and then we'll work on that.
22.
Good job. You sit there and you kind of like bring some branches around, kind of stick some trees and leaves in the way just to kind of get in your spot. And you see these four go down into this hole in the ground. Are you going to light any torches along the way, or are you just going to just keep with your dark vision?
Dark vision.
Dark vision.
Okay. It goes down quite a bit. You're probably thinking maybe, 40, 50 feet, and then ends in a large metal door. Definitely rusted and shut tight.
Is it locked or is it just tight?
You think it's probably just tight, but there's definitely
So
a lot of rust.
I will stand back and gesture to Zazek like this is your neck of the woods, not mine.
I'm really glad you said that because I was thinking the same thing. So I'm gonna try to pull on it and see if I can get it to budge. Strength or athletics?
Strength. You pull.
How's a 15?
You pull a little bit. It takes a little bit to get it going, but eventually it does give, and it gives that same grating, disgusting, loud metal against metal rusted sound as you open it up, and creaks. And pretty much once you get the door about halfway open, lights start appearing in this room, by magical means.
By magical means.
Yes.
I'm going to refer to Aiden for this one.
Hey, don't look at me.
Magic.
I didn't do this.
Magic. Magic is your realm of things.
Yeah, but right now he's pissed at me, so.
But you can recognize it and know what it is, can't you?
If he lets me.
You can try.
You kind of peek in, and you can tell that these lights are like popping up. There's like a continuous light spell or something cast on these candelabras or sconces along the sides, and it's kind of a small open area, maybe only like 20 by 20 type thing. And then there's another set of double doors right down there. But there was some furniture down here, but it's definitely rotted or destroyed. You can smell, rotting cloth, rotting wood in this area. Rendai, give me
I'm gonna cruise
perception
around
roll.
the circuit of the room and
You don't
if
see
there's,
anything. Nothing. It's kind of like what might have been like a sitting area or something.
Are there any doors off of this room?
Yes, there's a set of double doors on the back end. Sorry. They look a little less rusted. They look, they're olden, but they definitely look a little rusted.
I'm gonna tread carefully, but I'm gonna head for the doors to open them as well.
Okay.
Does it look like anyone's been in this room
No.
recently?
No. Definitely has been shut off and closed for quite a while.
Okay.
Do any of us recognize this room?
No.
So it's like just a straight hall with sconces on those sides.
Yep. And you get to the other double doors, and they open up fairly easy. A little rusted, but not bad. And they open
Not
up.
as big of a screech.
Not as big as a screech, pretty much. And when they open up, you've got a room that opens up that has like surgery tables, and you see surgery equipment and kind of like a laboratory.
Do any of us have any idea what any of this stuff is?
No.
I'm gonna look around, see if I can find some papers or anything that
Yeah,
tells me
is
anything.
there any like body parts or things kicking
There
around?
is
Or?
there has been some decayed body parts in here. There's like arms and legs and torsos. Nothing that would be, you know, like in a encapsulated bottle or anything, but you do find another set of double doors.
While they're checking the room for, you know, notes or any kind of records or anything, I'm gonna check those doors. Are those doors locked? Are they similar?
They are locked, but they do seem to be a much more sturdier material. I'm going to switch to Randaya real quick while you make that roll. Randaya, you're sitting there, and all of a sudden you hear this snap of a twig.
Bow's out, and I'm looking towards it.
You sit there and you kind of look around, and you see what was pretty much I would say, an idiot of a light bearer trying to sneak around. It's got the camouflage body armor, the mirror type mask. It's like you can see that if you can see inside the mask, you can see that they said shit as they stepped on this twig.
I'm going to put the bow away, and I'm just going to take one of my daggers, and I'm just from the tree. I'm just going to fling it down right. Not to hit him, have it come right down in front of him, basically.
Okay. You do that, no problem. And he kind of startles and he's like, you hear a male voice. Shit.
Yeah, you don't want to step on the loud ones.
I know. Where are you at? It kind of starts looking up at your branches.
Hi. Yeah, that's... What are you doing?
I was sent to follow you.
Oh, they couldn't get somebody good. I get it. No, that's fine.
Fine, I'm new. I'm still getting the hang of this. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Everybody starts somewhere. Cool. So just keeping guard. Faye went in the door, and I'm watching out, and you should do that too, and keep an eye on things. I wouldn't go in there if I were you. It smells pretty bad.
I'm going to go stand over here.
Okay.
So I don't get in any more trouble. And he kind of like tries to sneak away and just totally screws it up. He like steps on another twig. Shit. Type thing.
Balls of your feet. Oh my God. We'll talk later. Just go.
He like does like this and waves behind him. He's like, ah! You can tell he's like kind of frustrated. Rome, you actually, it clicks open. Give me a Constitution
I will
saving
also
throw.
check it to make sure that there's nothing untoward about this door.
Okay, give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
I don't think so.
You open the door, and all of a sudden, you smell this stench, and all of a sudden, you kind of like put your hand over here, like, and y'all hear this as he kind of like spills his, morning breakfast out on the floor.
Tell me I hear it from all the way up where I am.
Give me a perception roll. I'll let you. Give me a perception roll.
No. Nope. I'm too busy going. That goddamn amateur.
Yeah.
Bringer.
But y'all hear him just hurl as this stench comes from this room, and it is so vile.
I'm gonna stop shuffling papers and like kind of dart my head up. Are you okay over there, buddy?
Everybody else, please take a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Fuck.
Where is it? There it is.
Zazik, you don't care. You know it stinks, but you're all right. Aiden, you're fine. Tamarin, you look over and you see Rome throw up.
Like a one. I got so scared.
Yeah, you see Rome throw up, so it makes you throw up.
actually on brand. That's fine.
Nice.
I want to grab one of the hands off the floor. Hey, you need a hand?
I throw something at him.
But you could, I mean,
I dip it in my vomit and I throw it at him.
junk and vomit. But you do see, you know, this smell comes right through, and it is vile.
What's in this other room?
You finally pull the doors open enough to as you like compose yourself and, you know, spit out the rest of your breakfast.
I thought Rendaya smelled bad.
That's
Hey.
only because my friends are terrible and like scaring people that they don't.
Sure, blame it on that.
I will.
The
Each
lights
time I
turn
will.
on, and you notice that this is just nothing but a pile of bodies in the very back of this room. It's roughly about 30 by 30. In the back of this room, there's a pile of bodies, rotting corpses, and the pile is quite huge, almost to the ceiling. And give me a perception roll. Everybody that wants to look in can give me a perception roll.
Perception. Oh,
Rome sees it. Aiden doesn't pay attention. Zazik and Rome, you look out and you actually see like parts of your body of before you were who you were. Like you can see part of your face, part of your hands, part of your former body in here.
I'm a little
Who
shook.
has like who has a transference spell or like lesser restoration would probably be good.
There is a desk off to the side with like a bookshelf and some writing utensils on it. But
Yes.
yeah, you do
But-
see this, and this really is quite a gruesome scene.
And Rome trying on parts to see if they fit isn't helping.
I'm gonna go over to where the books are and see if they say anything.
All right, guys, the
Any
room's
information at all?
fully open and such, and you see Zazik walk in, and there is, you know, she has gone off to the side to look at something that y'all don't know what's going on. Rome kind of
That's
standing
fine.
there a little bit in shock.
I will turn around and say to both of them, I'm like, it's us.
what do you mean it's us?
It's a lot of us.
I'll gesture to the pile in the corner.
You actually get in there and you actually start seeing your body parts
Oh,
before the dragon turn.
it looks like we lost our heads.
I'm sure we'll be able to reassemble ourselves. It's like playing blocks. It's fine.
You've
Just
got a
lots more magic.
weird fascination over there.
Me?
Yes, you. Blocks?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, building. Rebuild ourselves.
And
So
the
Rome
handbook
looks at you and he's like, you're the cleric.
yeah, but how do you bring back
Guess
something
what?
without a soul? Our souls are clearly in these bodies.
Yeah, it's a transferal type of deal. But we have to
Yeah, like
reassemble
just fix the bodies and then we'll, you know.
figure it out. Yeah. That's what we do.
And then bing bang boom. It's not that simple.
How would you know? You've never done it.
And you have.
Have you tried?
We've all done it at least once.
Clearly.
I've never done it either, but I don't have to. So it's your job, not mine.
Zazik, you start
yeah.
digging through this as they're arguing and stuff, and it's pretty much journals of Atima talking about, you know, this experiment failed, this clone, this rebirth. I've had to kill this one. I've had to kill this one. This one rebelled. so on and so forth. Going through this just stack of like, the experiment didn't take, so on and so forth. Tried to transform this one into Dragonkin, didn't work. You kind of like, y'all are kind of looking around and you see some bodies that are like half you, half Dragonkin type thing. Type stuff. And it starts going through it. And then there's a few pages at some of the back of the last few journals that talks about how Tamarin rebelled and she killed her and hasn't seen and they decided not to make Tamarin ever again. You do give me one perception roll. You do find that there is a way to transform people back from this. Requires one potion, and there's one in this room, believed. Other than that, it'll have to be made and brought, and magic built. And
Is there a recipe for
there
the potion?
actually is a recipe, but
Perfect.
you think that there is one somewhere located in this area of the downstairs, the laboratory.
Look for a potion. I'm gonna shoot my head up from the book and turn around.
I look for a
potion?
potion.
There's a potion. I have a
That does
recipe
what?
to change this to get us back.
I am rapidly, frantically looking.
I'm trying to push Rome out of the way, trying to find it. My damn it!
Kind of standing there like, are you fucking kidding me, you two?
There's only one. Be careful. We have to make the others.
But if you have the one, you can copy it, right?
I have the recipe here.
Aiden, recipe stuff, magic stuff, that's you. I'll find it. I won't use it. I'll find it.
Rome, go. If anybody's looking, please give me a perception roll.
Kind of watching them.
I am going to look, but not for myself.
I'm gonna roll. Did you say perception or investigation?
Perception.
I'm just gonna roll. I'm full context. I'm only half-assed, just kind of watching them, and like, yeah. I'm just like half-assed watching them, anyways.
Randi, they actually seem to be down here for quite a bit of time.
I was literally about to ask what the time frame was at this point.
Yeah, we're well over an hour now.
Okay. I'm gonna come down from the tree and just sort of go to the see the other guy who's very, very stealthily hidden. And just gonna like, and then
He goes, okay.
sort of like,
He like says okay really loud.
I swear I'm gonna kill him. No wonder they're losing. And just sort of creep across the field. I'm not going to go in. I'm going to listen at the door.
At the door downstairs, or
No, on the one they first went in.
okay.
I'm still on ground level.
All right, you can hear that there's been some shuffling, and you can hear like not crashing, but you can tell that there's something going down there. Not like voices aren't very loud, but you can tell like it's not here. It's not here. Like a room being tossed.
It's clear. It's them. That
Yes.
It's not a fight or anything like that. I'm just going to look over to the guy and start heading back towards my tree to find a good vantage point just to keep watch a little longer.
You hear this? You hear this? Ow! Crap! And as you start walking down, he's trying to climb your tree and fell.
I swear to God.
Track.
All right. So I'm going to go over and I'm going to spend like 2 minutes in the most patronizing way possible showing him how to carefully climb a tree.
Hurting himself?
and you know, and then go
How many
try it on that tree over there, like 30 feet away from me.
He goes like this, and he gets a big old thumbs up and starts to
Oh,
walk
finally,
away.
finally, he learned sign language. Jesus. You're like, hey, save us. And I'm just going to climb back to my blind.
Okay, you climb back up. He like tries climbing, and he's like not doing very well. He's like got his foot wrapped around one branch and then trying to pull it up, and he's definitely not adept at climbing trees.
Which I'm going to take advantage of, and I'm going to use him as the rabbit snare and just sort of watch to see if anything comes after him, because he's creating all the attention, and it's going to work out nicely for me as a hunter.
No problem.
He's my live line.
Y'all sit there and y'all dig for a good 20 or so minutes in Rome. You find you start moving away these books and start moving stuff, and you find eventually this vaulted, area that's got like a dial combination on this.
I will attempt to open it.
Go for it.
All right, so I have advantage on this. So first one.
Shit. You've already got it. It's a critical effect. You're rolled with a crit. You're like, you walk up and you kind of go, tick, 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 and like spin it like 3 times really quickly. And you're like, and it goes, tick, tick, and opens up. You go open it up and you find some papers, and some like documents, and you do find a vial, very small, probably only about 4 inches tall, in there with a little kind of glowing green liquid in it.
So I will grab it's just the documents in the vial?
Yes.
I will grab all the documents in the vial and bring it over to Zazik and be like, here's the vial, which I'm assuming is it, and here's the documents.
I'm more interested in the documents and what they say. And just kind of let him keep the vial.
Pretty much it's a little bit more detailed information than what you were reading of how Atima was creating you in a lab pretty much and trying to make you the perfect killers. And she found out that creating you as humans and not dragonkin type thing was the issue. But eventually she found a way to take the basic body and switch you from being humanoid and using a spell to get you into dragonkin form. And it took the ritual in the tower to finalize that. Does make mention of Tamarin at one point found out about this place and was in a battle with her, short-lived, and she was gutted and killed and
Here for
left
a
for
good
dead.
time, not a long time.
And she regrets not making a 5th person again.
So maybe she went back and made another?
There's a good possibility that you think by reading this, because she does mention that the 5th was eventually made, but it doesn't say much about that.
Okay.
There's like this blank of who this other 5th was.
Okay. Real quick, I'm gonna take out my fingertip, and on another side of the parchment where it's blank, I'm gonna intently observe the color and the consistency of the potions and write that down with my finger using my tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
That way I know what we're looking for whenever we make more potions.
Okay. You think that this might be the potion? You're just not 100% sure because you're not... Are you very well versed in medicine?
That is a good question.
Give me a roll.
I feel like I'm decent.
You think this might be it? You're just not 100% sure.
It's our best shot. So it's better than nothing.
I will very deliberately look at Aiden and be like,
Which one
Are
of
you
you
good
wants
at
to be the
this
guinea
stuff?
pig?
You want me to take a look at it?
no, I mean the notes. Like, is this the right thing?
Possibly.
Only one way to find out.
You can give me an Arcana or a Medicine roll. Aiden, it is your choice.
They're
I'm
both
not
the
good
same
at
for
either of
me,
those.
so let's just do a medicine roll. Yeah.
You're guessing also. You're like,
It
I think
looks
it
to
looks
be
right.
about right, but
Do I
Tamara,
think it looks
you think that this might be right, but this is
Okay.
all new subject matter for you.
okay?
So instead of just outright drinking it now, we could gather the ingredients and try to mix up a batch and
See if
see.
it's the same.
How crazy? Looking at the list, how crazy are the ingredients?
You recognize like maybe 30% of them, and other things you're like, this is some weird shit. This looks like it's going to be an extensive, hard to find list.
But does it seem doable?
Don't know.
Hard to find is fine, but doable.
There's some of this stuff you're like, I don't even know what this is.
Ah.
Been another 30 minutes, Rendia.
Okay.
So I would recommend that for now we take all the notes, take all the journals, anything that we think is going to be helpful down the road, and then if there's nothing else that's of note or value in here, I think we should destroy this place.
Is there anything in the pockets of the bodies that we
Oh, there's
see?
no clothes on these bodies.
Okay. Make it sure.
It's just bones.
Just
Right.
goo on some places.
And there's no other doors or passages out of this room, right?
No. Y'all head out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna head back up.
Yeah.
Renda,
I'm packing up all of the parchments and everything.
Once Zazik is packed up and everybody's got everything out of here, for the one and only time, I'm going to use my breath weapon 3 times and obliterate this room.
All right, Rendai, you start seeing Tamarin and Aiden coming out of this, out of the hole. And you see Zazik coming out with like this sack full of something on their back. And all of a sudden you feel this. Ron, what's your breath weapon, by the way?
Acid.
You feel this, you smell this stench of like burning and melting and stuff as you hear the belch of acid being sprayed off into this room.
It smells like no, I was gonna say his weapon smells like Clorox. My weapon smells like burning.
That
I
reminds me, I've got bad heartburn.
I am staying in the tree as hidden as possible during this entire time.
All right, everybody give me a perception roll if you're going to look for Rendaya or look around the area because they are not there.
Find him. But I do I see the other guy?
Hold on a second. Rendaya, you had a pretty good stealth roll on this, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a 22, wasn't it?
Yeah, 22.
Yeah.
yeah, I'll roll perception. Why not? Jeez. Yeah.
You're basically looking at the other guy who's like hanging upside down, trying to,
You don't even see him.
like a sloth. Yeah.
Zazik, you kind of come around and you look around and something refreshes your memory of this used to be a spot that, the tree of memory kind of fades back and you kind of feel like that Rendaya would be up in this tree. And you kind of see like a little bit of a boot But you also see, no one else sees this. You also see a member of the Lightbringer. He's trying to hide, but you see right through his camouflage in a tree about 30 feet away from where Randai is.
We don't see him? That's how
No.
low we rolled?
Yes.
Jesus.
I mean, fine.
I'm gonna look up at the tree. Friend of yours?
No. No.
So giant pain in your ass.
He's like,
He made a good
hey!
lure. He was a pretty good hurt rabbit lure.
It's like, that's not fair.
What's that?
Yeah,
You
all of a sudden hear this other
deliberately
voice.
you deliberately went and hunted every dry stick in the forest to step on. And I'll just slide down the tree.
I was gonna say, you two come down, argue about this later. We've got information.
Cool.
All right.
So
You come. The other guy kind of clumsily climbs down, and you can see Rome starting to come out as this waft of acidic smell comes from inside the hole.
What did you eat, dude?
I didn't eat anything.
It's nasty.
No, your stomach
Probably-
is empty.
And I'll just turn to the guy and go, who are you anyway?
Oh, he kind of like pulls his helm back and everything, and it slots it back, and it's a human, and it's very young. I would say maybe 13 or 14 type thing, human. And he's like, I'm Jonathan. I'm here to help you. And he's got this big shit-eating grin, like he's the Grand Vizier of the world type thing.
You did before you started teaching him how to climb up a tree?
These are the best you got, huh, Cameron? These are your elite warriors. Good job. Good job.
Why did they send a kid after us?
Pickings are slim when you're all dying.
Because they didn't care about him, probably, like you guys. Anyway, what'd you get? What'd you find? What'd you get? What'd you find?
So, how familiar are you with recipes and magical items and potions, brewing and such? You're a gatherer, right?
I mean, yeah, sure. I know my plants and that sort of stuff. Is that what you're talking about, like herbs and things?
I'm gonna open up the book to the recipe and show Randiah. I'm talking about this stuff.
Okay. I'll
You
take a
can
look.
use Arcana, Nature, or Medicine. I'll give you either one of those.
We'll try nature. Dirty 20.
Hey, dirty 20 is a dirty 20. You look at some of those lists, and some of it are just some natural herbs and everything, and then you're like, yeah, this only comes from like XYZ area and the hard to reach places. You notice this part is part of a lizard that is only found in the northern regions. So there's some weird type components, and then one of them you do not recognize at all. I've never even seen it. Don't even know what it is.
Lovely.
I'll just sort of list through what I know and like, okay, this, no problem. That you probably have some stuck to your shoe. Man, I think that one you have to like go to the Silver Marches or something for. Dress warm. Yeah, no, most of this, except this thing, I don't know what that is, but yeah, most of the rest of this, it's hard to find. Could probably find some of it. The rest, I don't know. Maybe if you can go to one of the shops over in Water. Oh wait, no, never mind.
I was waiting for that. We just go to the bazaar and shit.
Oh, shit.
What about the big library? Are they still they still around?
No,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Well,
I mean, they haven't taken over. Have they taken over Westgate?
What's it take? Figure that out.
I bet the Red Wizards would have some of this stuff.
Did you not hear Frizza when they were here?
Yeah, no, I'm saying we can just go get some of that off of the, maybe some of their dead people have it.
Oh my
We're gonna head to the Zento Keep.
Just in Turkey.
God.
They would definitely have it.
Yeah, what's his name? Sazaraz or whatever his name is. Yeah, I bet he has.
Oh my god.
What if, wait, so you found this down there and that was Adama's stuff? What else was down there?
So we are not the first of our kind. We just happen to be the most successful of our kind. We're clones.
There was a lot of bodies. I think I saw at least
Okay,
3 or 4
no.
of you.
No, really. What's down there?
A bunch of
Well,
acid
nothing
now.
now.
Now it's all covered in acid and destroyed. But that there were bodies of us, half dragon, half not. Yeah.
Parts.
Copies of us.
Oh,
Well, our
I've
original.
got the important notes here in my bag.
okay,
If you care. But
I don't. But that's fine.
We
But
wanted to meet up here, to be fair.
so okay, so we have to get this stuff. What is this stuff? And this stuff makes.
makes us not dragon.
Oh, I'm totally gonna help with that. Okay. So
You don't have to do it if you want. So I show him the potion and I say, we think it makes this.
okay,
And
all
as long
right.
as we take this, we'll turn back into ourselves, hopefully. So if you don't want to take it, you don't have to.
So I'm just trying to work through something here because if there's been a bunch of us
Yeah.
Yes.
Get the potion.
and we're just copies of something.
Don't go all midlife crisis on me, please. We
No,
don't have to do
no,
that.
no. I'm just trying to figure out: is it a
It's
good?
only a quarter life crisis. It's fine.
No,
We don't have to do that.
is it a really good
Sure.
idea to do that? Because we're supposed to be more powerful like this, and if we have to take her on, I mean, it's cool and all, but I'm also just thinking, shouldn't we kind of take that to the advantage and use her own stuff against her?
To be fair, there isn't really much of an advantage right now because we got, as you said, nerfed. Like, there's no, our powers aren't where they were.
Okay, so all right now. And he's just like brow is furrowed in thought. This is the most intelligent thought process he's had in probably years.
He has the brain cell right now. He's doing it.
He's God love him. You can smell the wood burning.
Don't pop a gasket, bud.
Okay. So now what? We go get this stuff. You have to go prank a bunch of people, and then we go kill Mom.
That sounds about the gist of it.
In a nutshell, yeah.
Okay.
Which part of that is the most upsetting for you? Because I know something's upsetting you about this.
Well, I don't like the fact that we did a lot of this stuff because that's not what our whole idea was.
Correct.
And so, and he goes through the list. He's like, so this thing, if we go and get this at the source, we have to go up like to the north, to the Nether Mountains and things like that. And then this thing way down south, like, for all I know, it's like Kalimshan or something like that. That's going to take us like forever. I think we have more pressing things to go and kill Mom and make up for the bad things that we did.
Stepmom.
Can we even
Actually-
call her any kind of bomb? It's more of a creator.
Okay.
You got an army you can use? As you hear Jonathan speak up in the back.
What did Jonathan say?
What do you say?
He goes, you do have an army out there.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Yes, we're very proud of all of you. I don't know.
Oh,
I just
sorry.
want to get back at them for doing all stuff, and get back to what we were supposed to be doing.
So I don't
So
have to hear Rome not give me the end of it. Why don't we take the list of stuff back to Sarah and see what she is able to get her hands on quickly, or if she has people that know where to get hands on things quickly. See if that's something that's possible. We do have
We don't have to do the legwork ourselves.
Tiny Tim is right. We do have these people.
My
at our
name's Jonathan.
disposal.
The adults are talking.
We do have them at our disposal. We can utilize them.
We're like
The
17.
thing is there to help. So, we'll see if we can actually be helpful. Or if he's
No,
just
it's
gonna
been
be
10
helpful.
years.
And use the minds of teenagers. Yeah, that's gonna
Are
go
there,
great.
are there any scholars of note? Like, not necessarily wizards. Are there any scholars of note that are
That we
either-
haven't killed.
Yeah, that are still alive, or that are like working with the resistance, or
Who do you ask?
I asked the group, so like Jimmy can hear it as well. Like,
Jonathan's like, you could go back to headquarters and we could talk there. And we can use our network. Hello.
headquarters sounds great. Lead the way.
Do you
He's
know
like-
the way, child?
I know the way. It's just going to take us some time.
You're not gonna get us lost, like you got lost trying to get up that.
No, but
tree.
can you just fly us there?
For 10 minutes at a time? I don't know how long that's going to take.
He looks at Tamarin.
You don't get to give me that tone of face, young man.
Well,
I go over to Jonathan and I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm totally insight checking Tamarin and Jonathan on this.
there we go. Yep.
I
Yeah.
don't know what you're talking about. And I roll a 25 on deception on that.
I asked Jonathan, what are you talking about?
She can fly. She's a dragon.
We all
I
are.
know.
Roll an insight too.
Who's a dragon?
Tamarin.
So,
We're all dragonkin. Little tiny Tim, calm down.
So
would I have
do
a
I
bit
buy this?
more? Hang on. Would I have more of a suspicion that something is afoot with Tamarin based on the notes that I've read?
Something definitely doesn't sound right based on what you've read. Because according to the notes, she's supposed to be dead. And there is someone that was made in her stead.
And I'm just not trusting anyway.
You're a D&D player, so...
So no, Rendiah, even though he had his memory restored and everything else, Rendiah is still a little suspicious about things. So even though I believe that because the stupid deception check was better than me,
Sorry.
I believe it, but not entirely.
Could I try and persuade Jonathan to give us the information?
Oh, you don't have to
Oh,
fight
here.
her. He's like, she's a dragon. She can fly. I've seen it for myself.
When you say a dragon, do you mean like
4
Not what
legs,
she is
big
now.
wings, red.
Can I cast Charm Person on Jonathan to get
Go
him to
for
shut
it.
Okay, it is done.
That's a pretty obvious spell being cast. Do we know this? Do we see this?
Yeah,
We
you
need
see
a
her.
wizard.
Yeah, you definitely see her casting a spell at Jonathan.
Hey.
All right. All right
Doesn't
then,
have
keep
to
your
be
secrets.
intro.
So at this point, Rome will kind of walk towards you, and he's like, "What is he talking about? Why
I
are
don't-
you a dragon?
I'm not a dragon. I'm a dragonkin, just like you all.
Do
You're
I buy
supposed
that?"
to be dead, actually. I got the notes. Try explaining that one.
You can see that, Jonathan is like, oh, okay, and just kind of sits back and relax.
And now you've made the poor boy drunk. Come
What do
on.
you what do you want me to? What do you want? Like, do I buy this? Like, what do you want me to roll?
You got to roll an insight check,
All right.
but you do get advantage because she did cast a spell. I'll give you an advantage check on that.
Yeah, I'll pull this. I'm just taking this out. No real reason. Just,
She rolled a 24. There's no way. Like, one of us would need to roll a 20.
Correct. She seems to be telling the truth, but something's not right because she threw a spell at Jonathan and he's now shut up.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll an insight too.
All right, we're gonna try a different tact.
Okay.
Oh no.
We-
Persuasion.
Yeah.
Well, he's already charmed.
I just suck at rolling tonight.
And you get rolled for shit.
fix your shit with your god, dude. Fix your shit.
Go find where your altar was and go pray. Beg if you need to.
Something is definitely off because what he said it. Cameron cast a spell and now he's all chill and is like, okay.
Guys, there's nothing wrong. I'm not more of a dragon than any of you are. I'm just
So then,
yeah.
okay, do you have a way to get us back to HQ?
No more than you do.
Do I buy that lie?
You know something's
What
up.
did you do to Jonathan?
Gave him a little cocktail. He'll be fine. He didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's his bedtime.
You definitely know that there was a spell that made him kind of shut up.
I don't know what you think you're hiding. Like, there's obviously something going on. You wouldn't have cast it on him, and you wouldn't be standing here spinning us stories.
I'm not spinning a story.
It seems like you are.
Nothing to tell.
That looks like a spell I know.
That's definitely a spell. I know.
Give me an Arcana if you did see the spell. You can give an Arcana check to see what she cast.
Oh, this is gonna be awesome.
Renee's like, nope.
I know it was something, but I have no idea what it
Rome's
was.
like, it was a spell.
It was
You know
a
what? I'm gonna use luck to have advantage on this roll.
No, I just
Nice.
There you go.
right, guys.
Everybody's like, she cast a spell, but I don't know what it was.
There's
Oh wow.
crap and the exact same thing. Okay.
You,
I cast a spell.
you can tell this was a charm spell of some sort.
Yeah. Clearly, you're charming him right now.
Not clearly. He needed a nap. It's past his bedtime.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you ask him what he's talking about?
Huh?
Why don't you ask him what he's talking about? He's charmed. He'll listen to you.
That's what I meant. There's nothing to ask him though. He's clearly off his rocker. It's past his bedtime.
Sure. But like, you should
I'll have
ask
to
him
switch
though.
on persuasion.
What time of day is it?
It's coming tonight. It's coming to evening.
Yeah, no, forget it.
Right,
Oh my
like,
God.
I am completely just clueless.
No. So no, the what I was rolling for to see how he would react to something like this going on. He's going to react badly. You hear a humming noise, and you look over and you see the energy arrow on the bow. He's like, "What is going on?"
What's the arrow pointed at?
The ground by your feet at the moment.
Okay. Rendaya, nothing's going on. Kid's off his rocker. We need to get.
He sucks at sneaking around and climbing, and God help him climbing trees. And Zazik said you're dead.
Clearly, I'm not. I'm right here.
Supposed to be dead. It's right here in the notes.
Clearly, I'm not.
I'm not as I don't read as well as all you guys and things like that, but I know when I'm being bullshitted, and I feel like I'm being bullshitted. This whole thing feels like bullshit.
You know what? Fine.
Why did the dragon wink at you?
Because it's been my contact. Frizzifers
Oh,
has
yeah.
been my contact since I started the Lightbringers.
Or your fellow dragon?
Kind of gets stone faced for a second, but it quickly fades away. I'm just like, it's. They're not a fellow dragon. They're a worm. There's a difference.
Oh my God, this crap again. Fine.
Don't be racist, Rendaya.
We're going to have a lot of talking going on as our trip back. We're going to be talking a lot. And more than I usually talk.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have all that time.
That's the interstitial during the montage. We're talking a lot.
Yeah. So about it, are y'all going to start heading in any direction? Are you going to follow Jonathan?
I'm going back the way we came, towards where Sarah's at.
I go to Jonathan and say, "Can you take us back to headquarters now?"
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Anything for you, Tamron.
Thank you.
I asked Jonathan why he would think Tamarin could fly.
When do you ask that?
Just a couple times while we're walking.
By about like your fourth or fifth time, you can see his eyes don't glaze over. He goes, "Because she's a dragon. She can transform into one and fly."
And you've seen
How
this.
far along are we at that point?
Oh, just a few hours.
Okay. Not even halfway. Okay.
And I believe him.
He's very adamant that she can transform into a dragon, a flesh and blood type dragon, and fly.
What color dragon does she turn into?
Red.
So I immediately perk up like, hang on a second. So I will slide back through the group until I'm next to Tamarin
Mm-hmm.
and be like, so your boy says that you can turn into a red dragon, and he's seen it.
Not my boy. He's just a boy, and he's a stupid young boy.
He seems stupid. He seems a little naive, but he doesn't seem deceitful, and I'm pretty good at that.
I can't even say, Paul, who are you gonna trust? This kid that you just met or me, Con, because you didn't remember me for the last 15 years.
I just met both of you today.
Yeah, you did. So why are you going to believe him?
Because what reason does he have to lie to me?
Because he's a young, stupid boy. It's past his bedtime. He's bored. He hit his head falling out of the tree too many times. I don't know. There's a plethora of reasons that it could be.
All right.
Aiden, in your right ear, you hear a voice. Get to headquarters now.
That was weird.
It sounds like your god. It's being attacked.
Guys, I think we better book it to headquarters.
Why?
Isn't that what we're doing?
Why?
Oh, it's like it's quite a few hours before you even get to where you need to be.
Do I know,
I-
You're estimated is probably about another 5 or so hours walking, but
walk?
having to skirt towns and such, it's probably going to be about another 7 hours. So
Okay, why
through
do
the
we need to
night.
Get back to headquarters now?
My god actually talked to me.
Oh,
And?
so lucky.
He's screaming in my ear saying we got to get there now.
Why?
He's saying we just have to get there.
He did.
And
Did he
I
give a
haven't heard
reason?
I haven't heard a peep from him since the fight we had.
It's under attack.
Shit.
Oh shit, he's saying it's under attack?
Oh, fuck this shit. And
At this point, Rome just stops and does one of these.
shut up, Rome. And then Tamarin's skin just ripples and she backs up a couple feet and just boat transforms.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
You see Tamarin go from a, red dragonkin to roughly a young dragon body, still quite large because it is a young dragon, and is a full dragon body there, winged and
Get
all.
on. Can I still talk? I don't even know.
Yeah, you can talk. Yeah.
Get on,
But-
assholes.
Hopping on the tail.
You see Jonathan goes, see, I told you she could.
Okay, Jimmy, get up there. Come on, let's go.
All right, I guess we all jump on her back.
I mean,
unfurl my
Randaya, what do
wings
you
while we're
do? Because
doing it.
you look like you do not want to do anything.
I'm going to look and I'm going to climb on. I'm going to get up between the wings on the shoulders and I'm going to pull back on the bow and I'm going to go, I'm going to be watching you while we fly. Let's go. And basically keep it trained on the back of her head.
You realize if
fucking
you shoot her, we
well,
all
I'm
die,
taking you
right?
to the battle, right?
I can fly. Just
For
go.
10 minutes.
That'll get me to the ground. Let's go.
Will it though? And then she takes off and just jets up as high as she possibly can to prove her point.
The time frame for y'all to get through has actually been cut in half due to the flight. Instead of like 7 hours, it's taken about 3, give or take. And you had flown up pretty high. You believe this is where you should be landing. And as you're coming in, you notice that there are 2 dragons blowing up this area, a black and a green, blowing up this area and destroying what would be the light bearers headquarters. You can see people flying out, people burning, people dying left and right as this is happening. And
Can you get us near one of the dragons? I'm gonna jump on the black dragon.
Do I recognize the dragons?
you do not recognize the dragons.
I hesitate. Rome's suggestion. Why is that a good idea? Why is that a good idea, Rome?
Oh, it's a terrible idea.
Then no, I'm not going to put everyone at risk just so you can have your little shits and giggles.
How
Are
far
they within 600 feet?
Yes.
Rome,
Yeah, once
Randaya, what are you gonna
once we get
do?
closer, since we're super high, once we get closer, I'm just gonna like Mission Impossible, like off the track.
All of a sudden, you see Rome. He kind of looks back at you and says, "Nope," and leaps off. And you can see this body just start flying. Randaya, are you doing this also?
Not yet.
Okay.
I tuck my wings in. I'm falling towards them.
Whoever is closer is getting this a 19 and
Don't shoot the black one. I'm trying to surprise
a
him.
dirty 20. So if the green one, then sure. I know a dirty 20. It is a crit.
That's a full crit.
Yep.
So there is the closest one is the black one.
Well, then fine.
You sit there and you launch off. Go and roll damage. You hit both times.
And that. Let me see what the readout is here because a bunch of stuff here. So that's 32 points of force damage all told.
All right, you sit there. Robe, you're like flying past. You got your wings tucked in. You're doing, the Mission Impossible, super speed in, and two energy bolts come flying right past you, and they hit the dragon as soon as mere seconds before you, and the dragon turns around and is like roaring, and the face is right in front of you. What do you do?
I'm gonna like whip my wings out like a wingsuit and sort of like aerial curl and try to land on top of his head. I'm like, as I whip by, like grab one of his fucking horns, kind of thing.
You do the big old whipping swing, and you're right on top of his head. Got a hold of his horns. What are you gonna do?
So I'm just gonna like hook my leg over one of his horns and just like start like stabbing him in the back of the head.
Okay, go ahead and roll some damage and some hits or whatever. Go ahead and go to him.
Yeah.
Aiden,
While he's rolling, I do jump off and start to fly.
Okay.
But
are you?
No, I'm not that. I'm going to fly towards, but not as close.
Okay.
I'm supporting.
Else, what are y'all gonna do?
Is that a hit?
Yes, it does.
I gotta make sure that Tonathy over here isn't injured.
So I get to roll an advantage for that because of Vex. So that's probably a miss.
That's a miss.
So other one.
So just go ahead and roll. You need a 15 or higher right now.
All right. The last one.
Because you're actually standing on them, and then you can roll the
So
damage.
I got 2 hits, but I get to add my sneak attack damage.
Aiden, Tamarin, Zazik, what are you going to do? Aiden, Tamarin's actually starting to float down.
Yeah.
So with my backpack of parchments and everything, I'm going to look at our dear old Johnny boy and be like, I need you to keep this safe for me while I go punch things. Deal?
He's like, yeah. He's like, you can tell he's
Do
like
not lose
scared
this.
shitless.
Go find a corner, hide, I will find you. And then I am going to like jump off backwards and flip my way around so that I land on the green dragon and just go to town waylaying.
Okay. Aiden?
I'm also going to go after the green dragon since it looks like the other two guys are taking care of the black, and just dive bomb right in between its two wings.
Okay. Tamarin, are you staying in dragon form or are you going into human form? Humanoid form, I should say.
I'm going to stay in dragon form to make sure that Tiny Tim gets where he needs to be.
So you're going to land and let him get off? Okay, you land, and that's what you're going to be doing for this action. Are you going to, at the end of that, are you going to stay in dragon form, or are you going to
Turn back.
turn back? You're going to turn back? Okay. That'll be what you'll do. Aiden, you can go and get some rolls into this. Go ahead and get some punches and some damage in there. Or hit him with whatever weapons. Rome, how much damage did you do?
I did another 16 to the black dragon.
Okay.
Hits.
And Zazik?
I did 7 damage.
Okay.
So it was a 15 to hit, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Of course, I rolled up.
I love the idea of just punching a green dragon down.
Yeah,
Yeah, boom, boom, like Mongo and Blazing Saddles.
exactly.
I'm just not going to roll anything else tonight.
I think we're almost done.
I don't know if you can put virtual dice in the dice jail, but you're welcome.
Oh, I know. I need to.
All right, y'all. Everybody, you definitely see Tamarin has landed and is let off Jonathan, and she shifts back into Dragonkin form, and you see Aiden got just taking the weapon and just smashing what they can. You see Zazik punching like crazy, and then Randai, you are floating down, throwing arrows at it, and Rome's just like stabbing like crazy as quick as they can. Dragon turns around and shoots a breath weapon at you, Randai. Give me a dex save.
15.
All right. You only take 12 points of damage as this gout of fire comes across you. Or
Okay.
not fire, but acid. No.
Okay.
It's a black dragon. Yeah,
Black
so
dragon, yeah, it's
Yeah,
acid.
I was like, where did the red dragon come from?
I corrected
I'm
myself.
not a dragon anymore.
I'm sorry, you said 14? Is that what
12.
you said? 12. Okay, better. All right, that's the stings.
Yeah, as this gout of acid comes splashing by you and you dodge quickly out of the way. Zazik and Aiden, give me dexterity saving throws.
I'm so dexterous.
I am too, actually.
Oh, nice.
yeah, you are.
And I'm-
you are.
Yeah.
Zazik,
I'm going home.
you feel the dragon kind of flip around. And it feels like it's trying to shake you off, and you like grab a hold of a scale and it's locked in. Aiden,
I'm
you
like
start to
barrel
fall.
hugging it.
I start to fall.
You see Aiden
Use your
falling.
wings. Flap.
Oh, yeah. Clap for me, guys, so I can fly.
You
So
start to
shooting
fall.
arrows at you count as clapping?
I said flap.
Oh, flap. Oh, yeah, wings.
You eventually remember as you fall for a little bit, and then all of a sudden you like, put your wings out and kind of glide down to the ground. As soon as you land, Aiden,
Proud of you.
you see bodies everywhere.
Oh.
And the screams and tortured sounds of dying people.
If only you could heal.
If only I could heal. Well, I'm going to try talking to my god.
All right, what are you going to say?
So, are you going to let me do something to help these people now?
Try.
I'm going to go up to the closest person I see and try and heal him.
Okay.
Let's do cure wounds
Okay.
at first level.
Go for it. You sit there and you concentrate and you like really are saying, please, please, please. And you actually get to heal and the person starts to heal up.
Oh, so now you want to cooperate with me?
The part where you say thank you.
The
Do it
part where you
again.
say thank you.
Do it again?
You're a cleric. Do it again.
Okay, I'll reach over to the next person, closest person I can see, and try and heal him as well. That's 12.
Now get busy healing and do your job. Rome and Rendaya, Rendaya, you're starting to fall down. Are you going to try to land on the dragon? Or are you going to?
No. I see Rome just making perforations all the way down the neck and everything here. So I'm gonna try and swoop around and I'm gonna take shots at his belly.
All right. You start to. Are you going to stay floating, or are you going to float down?
No, I'm still flying. I'm flying.
Okay, you're going to
I'm
use your
back.
flying.
Yeah. It's been a few days, so we've had long rests. So.
All right. You go ahead and you start shooting it up. Go ahead and throw the arrows. Rome, what are you going to do? You're just going to start stabbing again?
Continue to stab. I cast stab.
Effective.
Tamarin and Zazik, what do you plan on doing? You need 16 or higher right now.
Yep.
They
that's
are now
one.
a fair.
That's two.
They are now know what's going on, and so give me the just give me the damage when you're done.
Can I tell if Sarah is among the people who
No.
are down?
You can't tell.
Okay. Can I tell? Are there any still standing?
There are people that are running and they're scared shitless trying to get out of there.
Okay, there's no direction coming to them at all.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna also start trying to heal people.
Okay. You start going around healing.
I'm still on the dragon, and I'm gonna be just throwing my punches as best I can. So bonus action, flurry of blows, and then I'm gonna do my two regular punchy.
Gotcha. Go for it.
6.
Roman Rendiah, let me know what your damage total is.
I can't wait to tell you this. This is gonna be awesome.
27.
Okay, so I will. I'm casting Hunter's Mark on him and then shooting. I do a total of 35 damage. 30 of it's force. 5 of it is. I want to make sure I get the right thing here. Oh, it's also force. So 35 points of damage.
Okay. You two are sitting there just going to town, shooting at everything, stabbing, and you can feel the body of the dragon just go limp, and it starts to fall.
I got nice.
I'm going to stab it one more time just to make sure.
Hit it right in
Yeah.
the eyeball.
Yeah. No, that sounds like a great idea. And yeah, one more arrow right in the.
Stay within 60 feet of me.
The dragon or people?
Yes.
The dragon is not. People, there's people around you. Zezek, how much
Well, I
damage you
mean,
did?
I got a
Sorry.
whopping 15 points of damage.
Okay. Sorry.
So when Rome and Rendiah are within 60 feet of me, can I cast Featherfall?
We have our wings. We don't have to
Yeah,
worry about
we're
falling.
flying.
Oh yeah, they got plenty of time to fly, so you're fine. So if you want to do something else, go ahead.
I don't want to do that. Yeah, I'm gonna keep healing people.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to like fly over or jump over to the green dragon now. It's his turn.
Not possible. Too high, and too far away.
At some point, I'm going to swoop by and just try to high five Rome on the way by. Just, whoosh, whap. Dude, we just killed a dragon.
We did.
Zazik, you're sitting there to it. Give me a dex check as it tries to roll over. Rendiah and Rome, give me a dexterity saving throw. Zazik, you still grab a hold of.
I'm just
Too high to hurt him, but he can still breathe poison at us. I see. Fine. I've got a 10.
All right. You take 20 points of damage, and Rome.
Oof.
Wait, how is he getting both of us?
There's a breath weapon.
Yep.
Yeah, I know, but he's got to be within 60 feet of us to do it.
Go for it.
What am I making? A dex save?
Yeah, dex save.
Yeah. Not today, fucko.
You take 10, or do you have improved dodge where you take nothing?
I don't have improved dodge yet.
Okay. So yeah, you just take 10. As this gout of stuff just sprays over your body. Rendiah gets really hit by this, just like engulfed over.
That's nasty. I hate it.
Yep. Engulfed by this
wait.
gaseous cloud.
Which type of? Is it acid or
Poison.
Poison. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
Aiden is immune to it. We are not.
Gotcha.
Do you poop your pants again?
What's your AC?
And these two arrows are sticking out of your skull.
Worry about the other dragon.
Wrong.
I'm
dragon.
shooting the other dragon.
Rome, are you going to spend Rome and Rendiah? Are you going to spend your actions getting to this dragon? Rendiah, you can shoot it.
Well, no, I'm not getting close. I'm gonna start shooting it because I'm
dash.
coughing.
I'm gonna dash and double my flight speed and just
And get to it. Okay.
As
Tamarin and
As long as he's
Aiden.
within 600 feet, I'm shooting.
Yeah, you're definitely within 600 feet. Aiden and Tamarin, are y'all going to be down here just healing?
Yeah.
Tending to the wounded? You do see a dragon body falling out of the air,
looking for that one.
Where is it?
and it's about to crash.
16 and 18.
Oh, I'll use Featherfall now.
Feather falling the dragon.
I'm gonna use Featherfall of the dragon so it doesn't.
So
So
then
it doesn't
just
switch.
slam into. Let people get out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Done. Nailed it. Yeah.
Everybody that is attacking the green dragon, go ahead and roll whatever you need to roll and roll damage. You know the AC is 16 now, so anything to let me know. Aiden, there is way too many people here. There are way too there. You're not going to be able to get enough people. It finally sets in that there is too much dead.
Well, what can
All right, so hit
I
3 times.
do?
35 points again.
Well,
20. My first attack missed because I'm too busy trying to like hang on still.
That's fair.
20,
So you see me kind of flip flopping everywhere.
28.
Okay. Tamarin and Aiden, you notice that there's too many dead and too many dying. It is finally setting in that no matter the amount of health you have or amount of skills is not going to be able to save enough people. You hear clashing and fighting above you as you hear crackle of lightning going off and bows being shot, and you hear the dragon screaming, and you hear Rome just cussing up a storm as he's stabbing, and you hear Zazik, you hear Lars thump, thump, and just like going to town on this dragon up in the air.
Also, that's awesome.
But it sets in. There is too many dead already.
We're never gonna get back from this. Shit.
People on the green dragon, it does succumb to its wounds, and it starts to fall right over the camp.
I'm going to try to I'm going to yell to Rendiah, grab its left wing. I'm going to grab its right wing. We can try to glide it away.
I'm on the neck and I'm trying to steer, man.
You know what? I got innate intelligence. This is the best goddamn idea I've heard in a long time.
You sit there and you both grab its wings, and it's just not working. Cameron and Aiden, you do see this dragon. It will land on you.
I have
Can we
another
do-
spell slot.
If the 3 of us fly, are we strong enough to shift it at all?
No.
I have
You
one
try,
more
and you
spell.
start beating your wings, and you start getting into it, trying to. Cameron, Aiden, what are you going to do?
Run.
Yeah. It's about all we can do. Or fly out of the way.
Yeah, Rome, Rendiah, and Zazik, you actually see this, you see Aiden and Tamarin look up at you, and you can see there's despair on their face, and you can feel that they look like they've been beaten down. They both look at each other, and then they kind of run away from where y'all are about to land, and the body lands and just goes through the thing. Y'all are able to get off of it, no problem, before, causing any damage and float and fly. And it finally hits you of why not only is their face in despair, there are bodies everywhere. There are
I'm
multitudes
immediately
of dead.
looking for Sarah. I'm immediately looking for Sarah.
You don't seem to see her. But there's
Maybe
a
she
few
got away?
hundred bodies dead.
So I'm going to look obviously everybody can't be dead.
No, there's a multitude. There's a plethora of dead people. There's some that are going to die. There are some that are around trying to help out, but for the most part, it's a multitude of bodies.
I will also be flying around, and I'm just going to burn through my first level slots of cure wounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody give me a perception roll.
Oh my.
Probably not.
I'm
19.
afraid to.
I'm probably the most perceptive.
Oh,
and I
look
see
at
nothing.
that.
Hey, your dice are cursed tonight.
Oh, yeah. Just a little bit.
Did mine get sent?
No, what did you roll?
I don't know. That's why I'm confused. Hold on. Let me try that again.
It didn't come through. We got dots.
Okay. Randaya and Tamarin, you both notice that Jonathan is nowhere to be found. Where you left him is not anywhere to be found. And this is where we're going to leave tonight, as you are among a plethora of bodies and Jonathan has disappeared. Guys, we appreciate everybody listening. We appreciate you hanging out with us. We will be doing more of this as when we can get together. So we'll be signing off. Good night.